Conversation. Welcome to Conversation, the program highlighting the developmental activities and also some of the challenges happening in communities or wards. On today's program, we shall be looking at Chichele ward and Itawa ward. Both of the wards are found in Bwanamukubwa constituency here on the Copper Belt. And Chichele ward has a population of 7,987 people. This is according to 2010 census. Itawa ward has a population of 20,813 according to 2010 census. And also I am your host, Tovini Ngombe. With me in the studio, I have Chichele ward councillor, who is Councillor Edgar Misenso. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm councillor for Chichele ward, which is in a very urban area in Bwanamukubwa. Thank you.
Thank you. I also have Itawa ward councillor, Mr. Katongo Kampamba. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much for the invitation to the program. I'm grateful to be here and happy to represent the people of Itawa before the nation.
All right, viewers, this is your program, The Conversation, coming right here from Indora Studios on the Copper Belt. As we begin our program, sir, we'll start with Councillor Edgar Misenso. Tell us about yourself. Who is Councillor Edgar Misenso?
Thank you so much. Edgar Misenso is a businessman. Edgar Misenso is a pastor. Edgar Misenso is a politician, married to a beautiful wife, Regina, with 5 kids, 4 boys and a girl, sitting in the middle of the 4 boys. And of course, I went to a number of primary schools, starting from, Lusaka Chipata Primary School, came to Ndola, Kaloko Primary School, went to Mwenge Primary School. That's where now I went to a basic school. There was a basic school called the Commando Education Center in Mushiri. I think we are the first ones to go there, which is now called the Mwenge Primary School. Then from there I went to Masala High School. We used to call it Masala Secondary School at our time. It is Masala High School. That's where now I completed my grade 12 in 1996. Then from there I went to Kabwe, where I went straight into employment. Of course, my background, we are coming from a background where we lost our father very early in a tender age. And of course, we had no option but just to pursue going to employment, where I worked with Zesco as an account clerk, where I worked again with Zesco as a meter reader, came back to Ndola, worked for swap spinning. From swap spinning, I also worked for Majewa Enterprise in the timber business. From there, I also worked for Kebros within Ndola, that is timber business. Then from there again, I started my own business, which up to now I'm running. And of course, I've done biblical studies with the International School of Ministry. I've got a diploma there. I also have a bachelor's degree in biblical studies, of course, with the University of Leadership University of USA. That is, of course, what it is as at now. Currently, I'm a politician and I'm heading a ward in Bwanamukubwa constituency.
All right, thank you so much for that information, Councillor Misenso.
Thank you.
And also, Councillor Misenso is also an independent councillor and Chichele ward. And now we move on to Itawa ward, where we have Katongo Kampamba, Councillor Katongo Kampamba, who is from the United Party for National Development, which is UPND. Mr. Katongo, tell us who you are.
Thank you very much. I'm Kampamba Kefas Katongo. I'm the councillor for Itawa ward. I'm a politician and a business executive. My foray into politics really is because I wanted to help the people and support them on the ground to ensure that the president's vision could be reached fully. President Hakainde Hichilema. So, in terms of my own story, dear sir, I started really in the legal sector. I studied law. I have an LLB. Thereafter, after studying law, I moved on and did an MBA. That's a Master of Business Administration. Thereafter, I moved on and did a Masters of Law. That's an LLM. So in terms of my education, it's quite vast. I have 3 different degrees. In terms of my participation on the ground, I'm popular. I'm there to support the people on the ground. So really, what I can say is that, you know, I'm a politician. I'm a politician by nature, and I'm there to support the people on the ground, there to support my family on the ground, and that's what I can say about that. Thank you very much.
All right, then we move on to Councillor Misenso from Chichele ward. Yes. What motivated you to be a councillor, especially that you are even an independent councillor?
Okay, thank you so much. You know, the only thing that can motivate somebody is, of course, the love for the people. When you have the love for the people, indeed you can serve them properly. We would have the passion to serve the people, because you can never be a leader without the people. We are leaders because there are people out there that we need to serve. So basically, what motivated me is purely just to serve the people of this nation. Remember, I even mentioned to you that I'm also a pastor. So equally, as you do the pastoral duties, we are serving the people. The same people that politicians are serving are the same people that the church is serving. So it's purely the love for the people and to serve the people of Zambia.
All right. Then we can move on to Councillor Kampamba. What are some of the issues affecting the people in your ward, and what are you doing to help them in addressing those challenges or problems?
There are a number of issues affecting the people in my ward. Really, it's really the economic situation that is currently affecting them, and the cost of goods. And the cost of goods is a national issue. But when you look at it much, much further, you will find that these people don't have the economic capacity to be able to support themselves to meet this current cost of goods. So if the cost of goods is not going anywhere, it's staying as it is. Therefore, you must ensure that these people are empowered. And how I'm ensuring that these people are empowered is through the Constituency Development Fund, which the President has given to each constituency. And being a member of Bwanamkubwa constituency, these funds are being disbursed to the people on the ground so that they're able to meet the cost of goods, so that they're able to support themselves, so that they're able to undertake economic activities that can help them to propel forwards and change the status of their lives.
All right. Councillor Misenso,
yes.
What are some of the challenges that you are facing in Chichele ward, or the challenges that your people are facing, okay, and how you are helping to address those challenges?
Okay. Thank you so much. That's a good question. You know, as I mentioned earlier on in my preamble, I'm coming from a peri-urban ward, which is Chichele. And the most important, I think, challenge that I would mention here, according maybe to priority, there may be many, but I will start with the one that we haven't touched so much. We have touched some of these challenges, but I think the one that is remaining, that is so cardinal, is the issue of roads. So we have got very bad roads in Chichele. In fact, in some places, I can just say there are no roads. Just recently, people from Roma, you know, my ward should be the second biggest ward in Ndola district from Dagamashot. So my ward starts from Mwenye, those that have been in Ndola. Mwenye is just after Twapia. So from Mwenye, it moves up to Roma. There's a road we call Masangano Road. That's where it ends. So that community, Waterworks community, it is in my area. So you can see that, like I was saying, just a few days ago, there were people from Roma were calling me to say they have been cut off. The roads are impassable. They cannot move. They cannot access goods from the CBD because of roads. And of course, I just need to mention to you that we are thanking the president, because I also heard it from the MP who said the president has given us about 3 million, which is going to cater for the roads in Bwanamkuba, including of course our ward, which is Chichele ward. So I think that is one of the major challenges that we have. Roads need to be done, and to be done just like yesterday. Then the other challenge is we have got issues of, you know, documentations for our people. Our people are sitting on the land which most of them do not have documentations. So that is one of the biggest challenges that we have there. No wonder we have always been knocking on the door of the council, community development. Even some of the issues the MP took them to the secretary to cabinet, so that people of Chichele 1 can be sold those houses that they are occupying there. People of Mwenye extension, they need to be regularized. They are sitting on the land which have no documentations, so they need to be regularized. People of Hopu, that area need to be regularized. People of Kamafwesa, that area need to be regularized. People of Mwange B, that area needs to be regularized. So these are Zambians who need to have documentations where they are sitting. There are so many challenges, of course, that I can mention here. Challenges of water. When you go to Mwenye, there is no water. We need water reticulation, which I think needs to be brought to the doorsteps of our people there.
All right. Maybe we move again to Itawa. What are some of the developmental activities taking place in Itawa?
Thank you very much. Through the President's vision of enhanced CDF, Constituency Development Fund, we've got a number of projects that are ongoing in the constituency. But specifically in Itawa ward, we have a paving of the road by Itawa Flats. That's been done. It's currently in construction, and we are about 70% done. So that is something that is helping the people at the flats, because then they're able to spend less money fixing their vehicles, because now the president has shown concern and ensured that they're able to drive on a stable road that can support them for years to come and support their children, even generations to come. On the other hand, we've also got another project that was completed, which is the 1x3 classroom block in Indeke at Caritas School. As you know, in Zambia, we now have free education, which is a monumental thing that the president did. So with the free education, it was important that we then also supported our students on the ground, our school-going children, by ensuring that we build a classroom block, because we're expecting more people in terms of the numbers, in terms of the number of children who were coming into the schools. So this enhanced number is being supported by the coming in of the classroom block, which has already been completed and the project was launched. It's being used at the moment. The third project that I can talk about for Itawa ward is the construction of a police post, so that we can enhance security in Itawa ward. We've had a lot of problems in terms of having crimes in the nature of break-ins in Itawa. So that police post will be able to enhance security and support our people on the ground to ensure that we are safe, the people are safe, and the property that is owned by the people is also safe. Thank you.
All right. Moving on again to Chichele ward, you highlighted a number of challenges happening there in your ward. What are some of the developmental activities also taking place in your ward?
Okay, thank you so much. It's a good question again. You know, credit must be given where it is due. And this credit is going to His Excellency, the President of this Republic, Dr. Hakainde Hichilema, for, of course, increasing CDF from 1.6 million to 36.1 million. That is a very huge achievement. And because of this, we have transformed Chichele ward to the levels that no one expected. I can tell you that I became a councillor in a ward which had literally nothing apart from one clinic, which is sitting at Mwenye. And what I can tell you now is that Chichele ward was the first one to receive standing project of a police station or of a police post at Mwenye. The MP commissioned a police post at Mwenye. That was the first project in Bwana Mkubwa. We have got water reticulate, should I say, powered bores at Chichele 1. They had no water. We have got another solar powered bore at Hope Community. These are communities which were neglected for a long period of time. But this time, because of the CDF that the President has given us, people at Chichele 1, they're able to access water. People at Hope Community, they're able to access water. We are also doing a Pama Bridge in Roma. That bridge is connecting Roma, should I say Kafubu West Dam, to Commando area. That bridge is being done under CDF disaster management. So we are doing that under CDF. There is another project that we have done which was a very big thorn in the flesh of our people. A bridge that connects Twapia and Mwenye. It was a link. It was broken for the past 8 years. Now with the coming of the President, the MP and of course the Minister of Local Government who funded that project, because that project was not funded through CDF, but it was funded through local government fund. So also credit goes to the local government minister for giving us that fund. So people accessing the bridge, the issue of using the other route, the power line route, is never an issue now. So we have got other things. You know, Chichele was like neglected. People, it's like they never knew that they were an area like Chichele because it lacked a lot of social amenities. Social amenities. So we are doing another school at Mabungula. You know, the President is saying development should go to all corners of this nation. Everybody should feel the warmth of the development. And there's a school that we are doing at deep down in Chichele in Mabungula, a 1x3. There are other things that we have done, like small bridge. I think we have done those using Ward Fund. There's a crossing point that we have done using Ward Fund. We'll be doing another crossing point that connects Mwenye Extension and Madando. That will be used, that will be constructed using Ward Fund as well. I think those are major things. The other thing that I think I may have forgotten is the multi-facility or the state-of-the-art cancer hospital that is sitting in Chichele. Right now, it is under construction, and also, again, we thank the President for bringing cancer hospital in our area, because of course it is able to cater for people in Northwestern, people of Luapula, and of course the entire Copper Belt. So of course, because this is visible, this is what everybody is able to see. because these things were not there, but we are able to see them under this leadership. So I think those are a few things that I can mention.
All right, maybe moving on to Itawa ward again. How can the loan and grant component under CDF or the constituent development funds be used to stimulate economic development in your ward and help to address issues of unemployment?
Okay, so thank you very much for the question. What we are seeing under the Constituency Development Fund is a movement from people being unemployed to being self-employed in some capacity. So you are finding situations where people were at home, they finished school, they finished college, and then they are unemployed. Being unemployed, there's money comes from the CDF, and then they come together in different groups, cooperatives, clubs, societies, and they group themselves together and they sit down to decide what economic activity they would like to undertake. And remember, once they group themselves, it's not like it is an informal group. No, it's a formal group. It is registered. Not only is it registered, it even has a bank account. So you find stimulation of economic activity begins with the starting of any of the projects that they decide to do. So some are doing chicken runs, some are doing goat farming, some have bought small parcels of land and they're now working on doing some maize. Different economic activities. Some are sowing. Different economic activities are being undertaken. So these people are having something to do. At the end of the month, there is a profit that they are picking up from these activities, which they are then using to support their homes and meet the cost of goods on a national level. So what the president has done is essentially he has changed the game for people's lives in the different wards, and this has helped to support people on the ground. So it's directly floating to them. So for me, these loans and these grants alone, of course, you must pay back. So you get some money and over time you pay back in monthly installments. So this is supporting the people where, you know, it is a big economic activity that they're undertaking. They're able to undertake it under CDF and they're able to pay back. In terms of the grants, as you know, a grant means free money. So this money is not paid back. So these people are receiving money and they're able to not have the pressure of having to pay back. They're able to stimulate economic activity and thereafter be able to support themselves on the ground as a people throughout the ward. So that is quite something for us in Itawa ward.
All right, maybe for Chichele ward, how can the loans and grant component also under the CDF be used to stimulate economic activities and also address unemployment issues?
Okay, thank you so much. It's a good question. We are still thanking, the president for giving us this CDF. When you look at how our people have been impacted positively by this CDF, you will find that in my ward, where I'm coming from, Chichele, we have got more than 250 youths that have been empowered through skills. Okay? People have been empowered through skills. They have done carpentry, they have done power electrical, they have done automotives. Others have done, of course, heavy duty operations. They have done driving and so on and so forth. Of course, it has impacted so much on the lives of the people. Others have gotten loans, as my colleague has just mentioned here, and their lives are never the same. Others have gotten grants, and of course, a good number of them, because when you look at the area where I'm coming from, Chichele, it's an area that is dotted. It is not just at the same area. It is scattered. There are communities, about 12 communities sitting on different positions. So we have made sure that, together with the WDC, to ensure that in all the communities, those 12 communities, starting from Mwenye, Mwenye Extension, Chichele 1, Chichele 2, Mabungula, Madando, Roma, Mwange B, Waterworks, Kamafwesa, all those places, at least they have a feel of what CDF is all about. And of course, I can tell you that their lives are not the same. Because I can give you an example of one or two cooperatives. This cooperative just got 10,000. But what they have done today is quite amazing. They are doing is selling vitenge materials, they are selling sugar, they are selling salt. They are also doing what they call a chirimba, just from 10,000. So you can see that there is an economic stimulation when they, after being given the CDF. It has done wonders in Chichele.
All right. Well, viewers, if you are joining us, this is your conversation, the program coming right from Copperbelt Zanis Studios, and we are looking at Chichele Ward and Itawa Ward. And with me in the studio, I have two councillors, the councillor for Chichele Ward, Councillor Edgar Misenso, and also the councillor for Itawa Ward, Councillor Katongo Kampamba, highlighting some of the developmental activities taking place in their ward and some of the challenges and what they are doing to address those challenges. And we are about to conclude our program because of time. Maybe as we conclude, Councillor Kampamba, your last words concerning the developmental activities taking place in your ward and how CDF has impacted on your members in the ward.
Thank you very much. CDF has changed lives in my ward. People have gone from finishing school and being unemployed to being employed. Those who don't have skills have now become skilled laborers, have different sets of skills that my colleague previously mentioned. Some have done heavy duty, some have done heavy duty mechanics, some have done tracking, and you see the president's vision is quite wide, because even institutions under TEVETA are able to benefit because the CDF will pay for them to undergo courses at these institutions. So the money is going into the schools. The end user, which is the student, is infused with new skills which he can use to then stimulate economic activity on his own. So if you're a welder, for example, you do a course in welding, you can then support yourself on the ground being self-employed, doing different welding jobs. So there are different ways that the CDF is working. And in terms of my membership in Itawa Ward, it's been fantastic for us. The president has really helped us. He's really supported us through the use of the CDF. My hope is that the CDF can be increased in the future and that we continue to help people on the ground in Itawa Ward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Maybe moving on to Chichele Ward, how has CDF impacted on the lives of your people in the ward, and also your last words concerning the developmental activities taking place in Chichele?
Okay, thank you so much. You know, there's a Bemba adage which says, "Ichikwanka vachimwena kumampalanya." So when you look at what the president has done by giving us CDF, if you have that very palanya, of course, no kumona today monofyo barechita. Ukupitira na ma MPs, over today sangwana ve na ma wards na ma constituencies. We have got the hard-working Honorable MP Chichele Mwambazi. Over today bombana ve na kuli. Ukumonoko bati abantu bonze fye kuchichele ward kuli. Ukwambira kwa mwenye kuyafika na kuroma bachita access CDF. Kulia nga mwalolesha, like personally, me I'm an independent, the MP is an independent. And when you look at what the president has done, because ukwa independent, ukwa shani, CDF is equally distributed. There's nothing like, there's equity. There's nothing like ukwa opposition, ukwa independent, CDF come the same. So it has really changed lives in Chichele. People have learned how to operate heavy equipment, as I said. People have learned, of course, to do a lot of things. Others are sowing. You know, we can mention a lot of things. Otherwise, we're just saying bravo to CDF. Even as my colleague has just mentioned, if CDF was at 1.6 million and we are talking about 36.1, I mean, what can prevent His Excellency again to add some more money so that, of course, other issues are catered for? You know, let me also mention this. We are just coming from a workshop where we are talking about malaria. So people are also trying to lobby through the government and through us as civic leaders to say if they can also cater for us. You know, there is too much malaria. So they were talking about being helped in terms of mosquito net, being helped in terms of that chemical they use to spray, so that at least the lives can be, you know, saved. So, of course, CDF needs to be improved in future or increased in future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure having you on your program, The Conversation. So it has been a pleasure, and thank you so much for making an appearance on the program. And well, viewers, we have come to the end of our program. This has been your conversation program featuring Councillor for Chichele Ward and Itawa Ward. We had Councillor Edgar Misenso for Chichele and also Councillor Kampamba, or Councillor Katongo Kampamba for Itawa Ward. Thank you so much, my dear councillors, for coming to this program.
Thank you very much.
All right, and I have been your host, Tovin Ngombe, together with my technical team and all the camera persons in the background. We are saying bye-bye, see you on your next program, The Conversation, coming right away from Copper Belt Zani Studios. Bye-bye.